Okay, so today we're diving into the world of a really powerful novel called Floodwater Blue. It's a story that kicks off with this simple, broken promise, and then it just blossoms into this incredible exploration of memory, of grief, and, what it really means to see something that's supposed to be impossible. So the book opens with this line: "The house was not supposed to flood." It's so stark, right? It's more than just a statement. It's a broken promise. The kind of guarantee you get from the experts, from the city, that turns out to mean absolutely nothing. And right from that first sentence, we're in a world where everything you thought was certain is suddenly gone.
But here's where it gets really interesting. What if the water that shows up is impossible? That's the real hook of the story. We're not just talking about a normal, tragic flood here. This is about something that just shouldn't be happening, something that completely defies logic and brings this deep, kind of chilling mystery right to the characters' doorsteps.
So first up, the impossible blue water. And yeah, it's definitely a strange and beautiful mystery. Let's really get into what's at the heart of this whole thing, because this is not your average flood. It's something else entirely.
Yeah, so this isn't the kind of floodwater you're imagining. It's not that brown, murky sludge. It's described as a bright, strange, luminous blue. I love this line from the book. It's like something had broken open in the sky's belly and spilled its dreams. It's so poetic, right? And the craziest part, it shows up at night, and by morning, it's just gone. The book even says the floor is left dry as prayer. Wild. All right, so who sees this first? This brings us to a secret witness. It all starts with one woman's vision and a family's silence. This incredible event doesn't start with a big bang. It starts small, with just one person. We meet our main character, Cora, and it's her eyes we're looking through at the beginning. And there she is. Cora, she's 63, and she's the one who sees it first. Just this silent, beautiful, impossible blue right there, pressing against her basement window. For that moment, it's her secret, and hers alone. It hasn't been shared with anyone yet. So why does she keep it to herself? This quote tells you everything you need to know. She thinks about her husband Bernard and knows he'd immediately try to explain it away. Oh, it's just chemicals in the groundwater or something. But she doesn't want that. For just a little while, she wants to protect the magic of it, to let it be completely and totally unreasonable. I think we can all relate to that feeling. And this really paints a picture of the family dynamic, doesn't it? You've got this stark contrast. On one hand, Cora is experiencing this life-altering, impossible event. And on the other, the family's talking about, the weather, what to get at the grocery store, that the siding on the house needs to be fixed. It's that classic thing where the most important stuff is what nobody talks about. The book calls it a careful choreography of not saying, which is just a perfect way to put it. Well, something this big and strange was never going to stay a secret for long, right? Which brings us to our next part. A neighborhood's shared vision. Suddenly, this very private mystery goes public. And boom, just like that, everything changes. Cora finds out she's not alone. Her neighbor, Mrs. Gaines, saw it too, and the Pruitt boys' mom. Pretty soon, there's a whole group of them, 11 people, all crowded in her living room, all telling the same unbelievable story. And what's really wild is there's no rhyme or reason to it. It skips some houses, shows up at others. It just doesn't make any logical sense at all. So, of course, everyone starts trying to figure it out, to find a rational explanation. But then, in this really crucial moment, Cora's daughter, True, steps in and says this: "Don't make it rational yet, just don't." And it's such a powerful idea, right? She's basically saying, hey, let's just sit with this for a minute. Let's experience the mystery before we try to kill it with logic. And you know what? They listen to her. They agree. Instead of running to the authorities and probably getting laughed at, they decide to do something different. They decide to become observers, to document everything they see, to, as True put it, live inside the question for a while. And this decision, right here, is what changes everything. It sets the whole rest of the story in motion. Okay, this is where things get really intense. This brings us to the messages from the water, because it turns out this flood is bringing a lot more than just water. It's bringing visions. Yeah, the water isn't just a weird color. It's actually a kind of messenger. So the phenomenon totally shifts. It gets deeper. They start seeing figures, people, just suspended in that blue light. And what started as a weird, unexplainable event becomes this deeply personal, profound visitation. Each person sees something that connects directly to the griefs and the secrets they've been holding on to. For example, True, the daughter who wanted to live in the mystery, she sees a little boy, and she says he looked peaceful. And this vision speaks directly to this secret loss that she's been carrying around alone for years. It's like the water is giving her this moment of peace she never thought she'd get.
And then there's her neighbor, Mrs. Gaines. She sees her own mother, wearing the very dress she was buried in. And for nearly 2 decades, Mrs. Gaines has been eaten up by guilt because she wasn't there when her mom passed. But in this vision, she gets this unspoken message that it's okay, that she's forgiven. Imagine carrying that weight for so long and then just having it lifted.
This one is just heartbreakingly beautiful. The Kumar family, who had a stillborn daughter they never even spoke about, they see her. But they see her as the young woman she would have become, and she waves at them. It's this message of, I'm here, I existed. And that vision, it finally gives them permission to grieve, to name her Priya, and to make her real in their family's story.
And finally, we come back to Cora, the first witness. Her vision is maybe the most direct of all. She sees an ancestor, someone from generations back, who gives her a clear, unmistakable command. Tell them we didn't disappear. Suddenly, this isn't just about personal grief anymore. It's about history. It's a mission to remember those who've been forgotten.
So the water's gone. It's delivered its messages and it's not coming back. But that's not the end of the story, not even close. Now comes the work of remembering. After the water recedes, the real work begins.
Everyone in that community is now left with these incredible messages and a huge choice. What do you do now? Do you just write it off as some weird collective dream and try to go back to normal? Or do you step up and do the hard, courageous thing and truly bear witness to what you saw?
Thankfully, they choose to witness. And the book shows us that witnessing isn't just a passive thing. It's not just seeing. It's a real process. So first, they testify. They share their stories with each other, turning their private experiences public. Then they record. Mrs. Gaines gets a composition book and writes it all down, creating what the book calls a gospel of water. And finally, they share. True takes it upon herself to document everything and get these stories out into the world to make sure no one is forgotten.
And this quote, man, it just sums it all up so perfectly. This water is all the tears we couldn't cry, all the drowning we survived. This water is proof. It's not just water. It's the physical form of all that unspoken grief, all that quiet survival. It's proof that their histories, their pain, their love, it all mattered. It was all real.
So when you boil it all down, Floodwater Blue is really a story about how witnessing is an action. It's not passive at all. It's the brave, hard work of listening and remembering and connecting who we are right now to all the stories and all the people who got us here.
And so, the story leaves us with this final thought, a question it turns back on us. It makes you think about the memories and the ghosts that we all carry around. So here's the question for you. If your past came back in a flood, what message do you think it would bring? What would it have to say?